Hello, merhaba. I know everybody speak good English. That's good, because my Turkish, as you see, I can barely talk about volleyball, but not much more. Actually, congratulations for an amazing crowd, and congratulations for what you are doing here. That is pretty nice. And basically, what you see there, is just a small idea, but that I think is important. So we are using just volleyball, because I'm not as good I was not as good in school like all of you, so I couldn't do many more other things than volleyball. So we're just using volleyball to bring a message, to the people to the girls mostly, because we are working with women team, that we know that we are having less privilege that what we have here and what there are in some other part of the world, So just we are giving the message that women, as men, as everybody, they can do anything they want. They just have to experiment everything, and sport is one thing that what we propose, but they just have to experiment everything and then choose what they want to do. And sport can be their profession and their life, like the player that I'm coaching every day, but at the same time, is just sport, a way to socialize with people, a way to take care about your body, because it's so important that we do this, and it just is fun, and like I say every time, when we are doing this kind of stuff, when we have the privilege, because I really call that a privilege. We have the privilege to go in the middle of these girls, that live so far, and they have so much less than what we have. I see the dollap of my daughter, 3 years old, she already have more shoes probably than the girls that were in the gym. Most of them came the first time in the gym. They didn't have proper shoes. Some yes, some didn't have any sport shoes, But what we take from this experience is amazing. All the women, all the girls in this area to play volleyball and to play sport and take care about their body and take care about, their life. That of course we don't want they think the life is only family and school, that are very, very important, but has to be something else. And this is just what we propose, and it's nice for me to be here also because, basically all my life, all my career like volleyball coach, I made with women. So I started to coach a woman team when I was 23. I was very young and lucky coach at this time because they gave me a professional team when I was already 23, and at that time I had to coach women that were 30, 32, 33 years old. Remember that my first year of coaching, I had to coach the captain of American national team, that in that moment she was 30, and the captain of Russian national team, that in that moment she was 32. And I was just a guy of young coach of 23 years old that wanted to learn the job, and I learned the job, asking questions continuously to the players of my team. I think this was my first lesson, that my first way to coach, in that team, because I was younger. There were so many players much more experienced than me, was really ask them a lot of feedback, ask them how they feel, So I experimented that, that the most important thing for a coach and for somebody that has to lead the person is much more important to listen than to talk, and then I started already from that moment to listen what they could have taught me and to listen what they told me. And then, from always coaching women, I moved all my life, and I came in Turkey 10 years ago in Bakibank, and everything it started in the way that many people know, So Bakibank was a small club and a good club, but pretty small, and now after 10 years we did some good stuff, but always with an idea that what we wanted to create and the feeling that we want to give to all the players that come in our team is the feeling of a family, So we are proud when the players are sad to leave our team, because what we try to give them is not a team where to play, but really a family environment. So, as I know that some of you have prepared some questions, because if you let me speak, I can speak about whatever and whenever, but I don't know if I can catch what is really important for you. So I don't know if there is somebody that have to lead the question and answer, or just his hand and I will listen. Hand and I will listen. So if somebody can help me, maybe to not forget nobody, but let's start. This one is the first one I saw.
Yes. No. My name is Irte, and I'm one of the mentors of this program. I'm an industrial engineer. I had 3 brilliant students so far. Thank you for being here. We are so proud and happy to see you here.
Thank you.
We all know you invest a lot to this country. First of all, thanks for all your efforts. Why? My question is, what does this country mean to you? Yes, you invest a lot and we appreciate.
Yeah, I think there is not one reason specific. You know, not that 10 years ago I said I want to go to Turkey and I want to do something there. You know, I think that first of all is the way I am. So it's very difficult for me to do things so. You know, if I have to do something so, I prefer not to do. You know, so I started here, and here there was you know, sometimes you go in the right place in the right moment. So there was a lot of coincidence that kept me working here and after year after year after year. You know, and so I started to fall in love with the people. You know, with the passion of the people. You know, and with the diversity. You know, because you know what one of the first things people ask me. What you tell about Turkey, what you tell about Istanbul, I said is everything, you know, so it's everything. You go Italy, we are all pretty much same, you know, you go American, they are all pretty much same. You go Turkey, they are so different, you know, you walk in our gym in Balarbashi, you know, so you walk in Balarbashi and then somebody with a helicopter put you in Bebek and you say, come on, it cannot be the same city, not the same country, you know. And it's crazy, it's same. I mean, you go Beatles and you go Baghdad at the sea, you know, so it's crazy. So this country for me is very fascinating for them, you know, and then I have the luck that the club really progressed a lot in me, Bakivan first and after national team. And then, of course, in Turkey, then I met also the one that is now is my wife, that is a player, and also I have a daughter that 3 years old, she speaks already better Turkish than me, unfortunately. But also a little bit of Italian, so it just was not one specific reason. Just I felt in love with the country, with the you know, so different than all other. And what I like is the passion of the people. That may be probably one of the reasons. And then the thing came, and then because of the luck that Turkish give me, because of when I came 10 years ago, I was not the coach that I am now. So you know, so I think I give something to Turkey, but also I had a lot back from Turkey, and so meeting, you know, possible and other people, I said, how can I give back this luck? You know, I want to do something also that nice for the people in Turkey, but I can only do volleyball, so we have to find something related to volleyball, and then that's why also we started this project, to spend some of my free time to bring a message in this part of the country. That is, by the way, very fascinating in my opinion, very nice and beautiful also.
Hello everybody. My name is Merida Haidari. I'm coming from Macedonia, Skopje, but I'm Albanian, future civil engineer. But in the same time, I'm football player professionally. I'm playing in Skopje. And first of all, I want to thank Mr. Ebru and Engineer Girls of Turkey for giving us this opportunity to meet you live here and to talk with you. Actually, what I'm interested for is, you know, in sport you have somebody have to win, somebody have to lose. How you are motivating yourself first and the girls after losing?
I think that the first message that we give every day is not the message to win. You know, but the first message that we are giving each other every day is to become better. You know, so our player have to come every day in training with the idea that when the training is finished, I have to be better than how I came. You know, and every day, like an individual, like me, like a coach, like a staff, like a player, we try to become better and better and better, just, you know, to become better ourselves, like a person, like a player. Then, you know, what we like to say, I like to say to my team that we can lose or we can win, you know, but we want to be sure that we did everything perfect before arriving to the match. And so this comes the effort of training, effort on preparation. And then happened that actually it's much more easy to motivate a team after losing than after winning, you know, because then after that you lose and nobody likes to lose, you know, so it's very easy in that case to say, okay, we don't like this feeling, what we can do to come back the next match with a different feeling, and so start to work more, start to study what we mistake more, start to talk more with each other, you know, start to find out what was the problem, and then if we put all the work together, then bring us to win again. And when you win, is not less motivated, but when you win is you just want to feel the same, you know, so winning is good. And so everybody want to win again and win again and win again. This one question that many journalists, you know, said, why Buckingham you won Champions League, you won Turkish Cup, you won World Cup, why you keep said, why not? I mean, I'm not doing something bad, so why you still do it? We did something good, so that's why we are happy to keep doing. But I think the first part has to be the improvement of yourself every time.
Yeah, I understand. I just want to thank you in the name of all girls all over the world who are in sport, because we are doing so much and it means too much to us, even the Balkan countries, because they need somebody, even men or women, they need to motivate them, especially in football. Even a woman can be a football player, but at the same time can be a civil engineer.
This is very, congratulations to you. But you know, I think also that it's very, very easy, let's say, for me and for sport people to talk about, I mean, the value and the importance of the women, because thanks God, sport, like music, I believe, we never have this topic, you know, because any sport, any competition, there is the men competition, the women competition. There are no competition only for men. That doesn't exist in any World Championship, in any Olympic Games. They are not. So the sport is obviously for women and for men. You know, like music, like art, is for women and for men. So why the business have to be different? Who knows why? You know, so it's good that there are moments like this, because this kind of stuff has to change a lot. But in sport, really is not like this. And Turkey, for example, I don't know what will happen in Tokyo, but 8 years ago, Turkey participated to Olympic Games in London, and the women that was keeping the flag, you know, the sport people that was keeping the flag was a woman for Turkey, that was Neslihan, that was volleyball player in that case. So already was a great message, because I didn't see so many women bringing the flag, you know, in the Olympic parade, but Turkey had the women 8 years ago, so that was great. And of course I would be very happy if even in Tokyo one of our women can have this luck, but I really don't know how it works in this selection.
Hi, my name is Nihan. I'm a coach as well.
Oh,
life coach? No, not sports coach, but life coach.
Doesn't change nothing, I believe.
What I would like to ask you is, what are your 3 characteristic, what is that, like, how did you end up here in your career? What did you do in a good way that you end up here? So what would you suggest to us, that if, even to the girls actually,
okay,
when they're starting their career? So
no, I understand the question. No, okay, because I don't like, normally I don't like to talk about myself too much, but I understand the question. So the way you put the 3 best characteristics, I think, first of all, is passion. So people that come in my gym, they see that the first one having a lot of fun is me. You know, so for me, I'm not going work. You know, I don't, this morning I went to train at 9:30, we finish at 12:30 before I come here. And I had fun for 3 hours. Okay, of course, sometimes we fight, sometimes it's heavy physically, you know, sometimes heavy mentally, but I'm having fun. You know, so really, I love my job, and it's really what I try to give to my player, you know, as I mean, I want they get this passion, you know, because if they don't have passion, they cannot be successful. And this is nothing, you know, so not in volleyball, not in soccer, not in engineering, not in medicine, not in music. So if you don't do something where you have passion to do, that you have fun to do, that there is no way. The second, I believe, is really the very high level of hard work. You know, so what I like to say to my team that we can win or we can lose, but we want to be more ready than the other team. We want to arrive the match, and we work 1 minute more than the other team. You know, so of course we cannot know if it was true, but really, I put a lot of effort on myself and on the team that without work is impossible. You know, without hard work is impossible. Nothing comes, you know, for a consequence. And this comes also the third part, that I don't believe in too much in the individual talent. You know, so when I have a player, you know, and of course there are players that are naturally, you know, better in do something quicker than others. You know, like it's not. You give me, for example, to make a basket, I need 20 shots to put one. You know, you give maybe to my friend Okan, he make one. So it's naturally more better than me in doing that. But what I'm teaching to the player, and what I really believe, that if I start to work 10 hours a day, and he work 5 minutes a day, in 1 year I will be better than him, even if he's naturally much better than me. You know, so this is another point that I try to give to myself, and I try to teach to the player. So it's always, for me, that where is the challenge? To have a player that I see she's not naturally amazing, but she has good body, she has good skill, and I say, okay, you need to work very hard. We need to put, we need to work, we need to work, we need to work. It doesn't matter, doesn't mean I am talented, I'm not talented. You know, are you a hard worker? Yes. If you're a hard worker, we'll be friends all the life. Because if you're only talented, I don't care. And at the end, in the sport, you really see, you know, that all the great champions are hard workers. And just few of them are just gifted. But who is gifted? Because they have incredible feet or incredible ability, they will never have a very long career. But who is gifted plus hard worker, then it will be easy. And then you are the not gifted and hard worker, that they can become great players. And they can become great engineers, they can become great doctor, I think. It's all about that.
Hi, my name is Büşra and thank you for being here. You said that you decided in a way that is the best for the team, and it was also John Knife's idea that made him won the Nobel Prize. So my question is, in your point of view, what is the connection between sports and math, science and technology?
I think there is a lot of connection, because as I can see, you work in a team. You know, I don't think an engineer can work alone and make everything. I don't know much, but you need somebody to think about the light, somebody to think about the wall, somebody to think about the street. So be part of the team. Doesn't matter for which organization you are. So you have to be part of the team. Means you have to be ready to accept some guide from somebody that has more experience than you, and you have to be able to share, you know, with your teammates everything, and don't share only the good thing, you know. So we make a lot of meetings with the team where really we push the player to talk about what they don't like, what makes them unhappy, why they are frustrated, you know, because unfortunately we live now in a society where everybody just open the phone and see other people always happy and always doing great stuff, but it's not the real life, you know. So it's very important that you create an environment where the player and the people, you know, they can be themselves, you know. So taking care about the people around you, doesn't matter which association, which category you are, is very important. Plus, have to be a very big part of knowledge, you know. So if you are an engineer, you want to be a successful engineer, you have to know everything about being an engineer. If I want to be a successful coach, I have to know everything about volleyball, because when a player makes me a question and I don't give the right answer, then the players start to trust me less. And then say me, coach, I don't make point, what I have to do? Try this. And this is bad, she will not trust me so much. So I have to know very, very well what I'm teaching, you know, what I'm doing. So studying, and work hard, I think is the same. And be part of a family, I think really doesn't change nothing. what are you doing? Because at the end it's always the same, just change the topic. This is what I believe.
I'm one of the coaches. My name is Dilek. I'm a fan of you, so I'm really, really happy to see you here. What I will ask, in the morning sessions, speakers mentioned about who inspired them. I would like to ask, is there anyone in your past or now who inspired you?
Oof, I have many, so it's too long, but generally, you know, I'm inspired from people that give instead to receive more, you know, so, and you see that the main great person that we know in the world from the history are all people that spend a lot of time from the other, you know, and I realize that it's like this for me. When I give more to my players, then they give me back more. You know, when I stay far and I don't want to give much, you know, because maybe I'm in a bad moment of my life or I'm tired or I don't like it at the beginning, then she give me less. You know, so I'm there. I mean, I can make a lot of examples, but I mean, people that everybody knows, but just this idea, you know, this idea of, because also I like the way to handle my team in that way. You know, I'm totally against army system, you know, where there is a general and under general and a soldier and they are rule. I'm totally opposite, you know, so you can come in my gym, one in grey, one in black, one in blue, I don't care. We have to play volleyball good, you train good, we train hard, the way you are dressed, I don't care. What do you eat is good for you, but I don't check you know, so, because I like to create, you know, this kind of responsibility. And it's very important to have people that you are inspired, and that's why it's very important to study a lot. You know, that's why to find time also for myself, to learn new things and to really improve myself. Because I cannot ask to my player to become better if I don't do nothing to become better myself.
Thank you. My name is Özge. I'm a senior industrial engineering student. It will be a very dummy question because you answered it right now, but I will ask it again. I've always been curious about this since my childhood. Why in most of sport types there's a strict rules that men and women cannot play together? Like there's a rules that in tennis, for example, a woman place will be like 2 meter, 12 centimeter, and men's is different. Why there's some rules in the sport? Is it a technical thing or is it because of just tradition?
No, I think it's a technical and physical things, you know, so it's because obviously if you take, you know, one child, one kid of 10 years old man and one kid of 10 years old women, you know, the man will put the women on very easy, you know, then there will be the strong women, but generally, you know, so of course when this is going to, you know, how many lift, how many kilo, you know, you can lift, or how quick you can go in a certain meter, how long you can run, there are some physical difference, and I mean, this is the way we are different, you know, and so that also good that women compete with women and don't compete with men, because it not will be also unfair, you know. Also volleyball is different. The net for the man is 2 meters and 43 centimeters. The net for women is 2 meters and 24 centimeters. Not big difference, but still, you know, 20 centimeters different. In basketball probably is also different. The basket for men, the same. Basket, you see, for example, I didn't know. The basket for men and the women is the same. Net in tennis is the same. There are some sports and some other sports that are pretty similar, some other sports that are small differences, but I think it's not about traditional culture, but just to give the same fun, same opportunity to everybody, and I think it's good.
Thank you for answering. I really want to thank you for you to contributing to diversity in the Turkish sport area.
Thank you.